Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
If you're standing, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors until the monorail stops completely and the doors open.
Hey everybody, thanks again for joining us here at ResortLoop.com. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
And here we are again in the delightful ResortLoop.com studios.
Can you believe this is episode 57 already?
It's like Heinz 57.
We would make a great steak sauce. Well, this episode would, not us.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be kind of gross.
So send us your favorite condiment.
Oh my goodness! Hey, you've got a special announcement for all of our listeners to help them participate. This show is all about participation, but to help them participate even more in ResortLoop.com.
That is true. As we have said, we've been working feverishly behind the scenes, building a better podcast.
Well, you have been. I've been watching TV.
But you've been watching Disney Channel, so that kind of qualifies.
Yeah, that's okay.
First of all, if you go to the ResortLoop.com website, you can now sign up for what we're calling the Looper List.
Yes.
This will just be, hopefully you'd like to send us your emails, names and emails. That's all we want right now. We don't know what we're going to do with it, but, we thought we should...
We're not going to sell it.
We're not selling it. These will just be for Bob and myself. We figure maybe at some point down the line we might put out a newsletter, or if for some reason we want to send an email out to the listeners outside of the podcast.
Something special. You'll be the first ones to know before the show even airs.
A certain exclusivity. Yeah, how'd you like that word?
Wow. I can't spell that. But that was very good.
So that's just for us. So if you go to the website, you look on the right side, there'll be something that says, I think it says newsletter, and then it'll say Looper List.
Looper List. I love that.
I thought that'd be fantastic. So who knows? Well, ideally at some point I'd like to put out a newsletter like once a month or so. I just think that'd be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We the more information we can get out there, the better, the happier we are, and we're just having a good time.
That's right. So and I figured, if we decide we want to do it, we might as well have everybody's emails on hand rather than ask for them at the last second.
That's right. And
number 2, for a more immediate feedback.
This is the one that frightens me, but go ahead.
It does. To reach Bob and myself and the podcast, you can now call the ResortLoop.com hotline.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And Bob, you're going to ask me, but what phone number would I call?
But Tim, what phone number would I call?
Well, I'd give you a different number, but for our listeners
That's what
who I'd really want to hear from, you can call and leave us a message at area code 414. Now, this is the good part.
Wait a minute, 414.
414, and then this is the good part. WDW Loop.
Get out.
I won't.
WDW Loop.
Yes. I know people.
Wow. 414 WDW
Loop.
That is cool.
That is awesome.
I'm glad I thought of that.
Hey.
Oh, wait a minute. I did. Again, I was just watching TV.
No, we're a team. We're a team.
That is outstanding. That's going to be fun.
That I think, so just start leaving us some voicemails. So hopefully we'll throw them up on the show.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
We love the audio that we get from you guys when you do send us something. So
and you can still send us voicemails through your phone. Just record a quick MP3 and email them to us, and we can use those just as well. So whatever's easiest for you, we just want to hear from our listeners.
Absolutely. And so we should get on with the show because we've got a ton. Our listeners, again, coming through.
It blew up. This blew up.
It was great. You guys are amazing. We said, what is your wow factor when you go to Walt Disney World? What makes you, every time you go, you just go, wow, this is so cool.
And everyone's a little different. So that was really cool.
Yeah. It was very, very cool. So we're just going to jump into it. We'll save the shout-outs for next show. Because there was just such a huge response to this. So, Tim, take it away. Give us the first one off Facebook.
First one off Facebook is our good friend, longtime listener to the show, Miss Kim Taylor. She says everything. Then she kind of laughs. She goes, driving under the Walt Disney World sign, seeing Spaceship Earth, eating school bread, watching Illuminations, and she could go on, but she said she'd keep it short.
Yeah, I do love driving under that sign.
Isn't it great? And, you ever do this in the car, like someone sticks their hand up, ahead of everybody else to say they were the first to Disney World. Have anyone else ever done that?
That
I'm
is
the first
cool.
there.
That's cheating, but that's cool. I like that.
It is cheating.
That's very cool. Our pal Vicky Wells says, easy peasy, phantasmic, without a doubt, especially the fireworks bit and the end. There's a certain point in the music that just makes me bulb every time. I'm going to have to look that up. By the way, the new entertainment before the show is brilliant.
Oh.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it either.
She'll have to let us know what that new entertainment is.
I can't wait to hear. Beth Ann Roberts. She goes, seeing Cinderella's castle again after you haven't visited in a while. That is true.
Absolutely.
Because she goes, photos just can't match the feeling you get when you see it in real life. As spectacular as the photos are, she's dead right.
Oh yeah, the detail in the castle is just it's amazing. Kirsten Deneluk says, when you take the monorail to the Magic Kingdom, then finally get to walk through the gates and see the castle. Our son's face always lights up when we step foot into that magical park.
Oh, very nice. Sean Duffy, good friend of the show. He goes, his wow factor has changed.
Oh.
Yes, it has. He goes, it was always the first time we would walk through the turnstiles, then under the train station and onto Main Street. But now is seeing his son's eyes light up when he gets to ride his first attraction or seeing Mickey Mouse.
Oh, that's absolutely true. It's a whole different experience when you go with someone, whether it's a child or another adult that's never been there before.
Yes.
And just watching them and their amazement to it. It is. Rob Seilert says, wishes, Hallowishes, and illuminations. Likes the fireworks. Also seeing the castle as you walk down Main Street. The castle's a big one.
It is.
That has been probably overwhelmingly the biggest wow factor for most.
Yes. And Toledo Dunnington. She goes, the Wilderness Lodge lobby. That's one massive fireplace.
Man, isn't it, though?
I tell you, that is gorgeous to walk in. It didn't make my list of the top 3 on the last show. But
we've gotten calls.
There's been calls.
Even before the phone number.
And I will say, like the Copeland music when you walk in the lobby, that charging music.
Oh, yeah.
Had I remembered the music, that might have broke Fort Wilderness. I might have dropped that down to 4, but no, I'm going to stick with it.
They're all so good.
They are.
Our new pal Jeff Stillwagon says, the wow factor for my family is when you first walk through the gates of the Magic Kingdom at the start of your trip. You walk down Main Street and first set your eyes on Cinderella's castle. It just sends a happy feeling through my body saying, we're finally here. Let the lifetime of memories begin. That sounds like a commercial.
That should be a commercial.
It's awesome.
Jeff, they're going to call you up. Matthew Wallace. He says something kind of similar. Every time I walk up to the gates of the Magic Kingdom, I get a tear of joy and excitement overcomes my entire attitude. So, once you get through the gate, you get that kind of red pavement down there.
Yep.
You walk under the train station with the posters on the sides. Smell of popcorn. Even before you see the castle.
Yeah, you see that the Mickey flower face in the front at the train station.
Thank you for sharing that, Matthew.
Our good pal Steve Milsom Payne, again being himself, he says, I fully understand seeing the castle, but then I thought, yep, for me it was Spaceship Earth at Epcot. However, he goes on to say, the biggest wow was the price of the water spray fans. I mean, come on. They're only $5 at Walmart. Which, it is true. And that was actually on one of our shows on how to save a little bit of money going to Disney World.
That's true. I understand they're filled with Dasani, though, so that adds a little bit to the cost. All right, no, I'm kidding. I'm making that
up. When you're that hot down there, it could be filled with the water from Pirates of the Caribbean, and you're still going to use it. So,
Keith Brown says, how clean the bathrooms are at all times.
Yeah, I will say that is impressive.
I will say I've seen a couple at the end of the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, you're leaving Epcot. Those are ones on the left, like by Spaceship Earth, by the end of the day. Sometimes.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
But you got to admit, that's at the end of the day.
It is at the end of the day.
I've gone to some amusement parks where you walk in first thing in the morning and they're like that. So, you got to go with that. On Twitter, we had Brian Perkins. He says the castle reveal at the Magic Kingdom is the easy answer, but I will go with the look on my wife's face when we pay the bill. Yeah, there's a little bit of a wow factor there, depending on how much you spend.
There is a wow. Make sure you take a picture of that for the scrapbook. Chris Dangerfield on Twitter, he goes, it's got to be Cinderella's castle. He could see it every day, and it would still wow him.
Yeah, it is so beautiful. Our pal Kathleen Kelly says top 3. She gave the top 3 lobbies. Okay, now
yes.
Stay with me. I know that's not what we're talking about.
That's all right.
The top 3 lobbies are, for her, number 3, Boardwalk, number 2, Animal Kingdom Lodge, and number 1, the Wilderness Lodge. She goes on to say the last 2 lobbies, Animal Kingdom and Wilderness Lodge, really have the wow factor for her.
There is wow there.
They are impressive. They are impressive.
Matt on Twitter, he goes, the best wow factor has to be walking down Main Street for the first time, taking in all the sights, smells, and sounds.
Absolutely.
Oh.
That's why, as you have said many times, you want to try and get, if you're going to eat breakfast there, get the earliest breakfast booking so you can be the only ones walking down Main Street.
Get some good pictures of
because that is even more of a wow factor. Our good pal Dave Tupper from Hawaii says the magical time for me will be when I drive under the Welcome to Walt Disney World sign for the very first time.
Yes, stick your hand up so you're the first actually at Disney World too.
There you go. That's a great tip. I'm going to do that.
And it ticks the children off.
Yeah, that's a good great way to start your trip.
Exactly. Tuck and roll, kids. Tuck and roll. Claire Edwards, Pixie Dust Mama on Twitter. Walking through the main gates, the anticipation builds, and it's a great feeling.
Yeah, it sure is. Our good pal Glenn goes by GJANOSKY on the Twitter, says the wow factor for me is that first glimpse of the castle with the music in the background, and there you go again, the smell of the popcorn.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rebecca Toon, our friend BeccaBerry73 on Twitter, the fireworks always get the wow from her. She says.
Yeah, those fireworks. It is amazing if you think about the amount of money that they spend.
Yes.
Just in fireworks.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's why the prices are so high. Andrea DG, our good pal Ann in Jersey on the Twitter, she says in the Magic Kingdom it's walking down Main Street. At Epcot it's seeing and riding Spaceship Earth, and at the Hollywood Studios seeing the Tower of Terror, and Animal Kingdom always the Tree of Life.
Can't go wrong with those.
Can't go wrong.
Oh, my goodness. Kevin on Twitter, at Tonkev91, one wow moment is riding the monorail through the Contemporary. It never gets old. The monorail never gets old. He's right.
Never.
Oh.
Never, ever gets old. Our friend Monica Rodriguez Pinto says, looking at the castle, Cinderella's castle, on the first day we get there, with my daughter imagining the fun we're going to have and seeing the wonder in her eyes.
Very, very, very nice. Long Island Mansion says, of course the castle, but also walking from Future World to World Showcase, taking in all the countries around the lagoon, hearing some of the other stuff like Off Kilter or the drummers from Japan drifting from across the water. World Showcase.
You know, that is a very relaxing walk. When there's nobody there or very few people there,
yes,
that's a fun, relaxing little walk.
And there's lots of wows around that lagoon. He is right.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Our good friend Susan Buckley Brass, who I probably is on her way home right now, unfortunately for her, says everything they do involves that wow factor. We are currently staying at Coronado Springs to celebrate our anniversary. We were married on Friday the 13th.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. You know, that's love. I'm just saying.
Absolutely it is.
We were just drifting off to sleep when we thought we heard thunder. They jumped out of bed only to see the most amazing fireworks show from Hollywood Studios. Amazing, she says, all in capital letters. And better than any deluxe room fireworks view, even though this was pure chance. Anytime someone says Disney is too expensive, needs to think about the effort Disney puts into everything. And that's true, you know.
Yeah. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's isn't a good value.
That's exactly right.
Mike Birchfield says Wishes is the big wow factor for him. They try to watch it every time they're in the Magic Kingdom. And I'll tell you, the Disney fireworks now everywhere are so spectacular that anybody has not seen them before. I think they are the wow factor. They're just blown away by these.
You're exactly right. And a great example of that is my daughter. We went, we've been every year, and a few years ago we went to a fireworks show locally for the 4th of July.
Yes.
And, they don't last long because it's expensive.
Right.
And it was over with, and she said, "That's it?"
Exactly.
I was like, honey,
The Disney fireworks just spoil you.
They do.
Because generally they're not synced to anything.
Right.
They just kind of light them up randomly. And
it's right. You'll get that one, and then they wait. And
Yeah.
then you get another one, and then,
Oh.
Robin Howard, I know her.
Oh.
Yes. That's my sister.
Is there a history there?
In the show.
Is there a
Well,
history
thank you
there?
very much. She loves the electrical light parade, the Spectromagic. That's the wow factor for her. That's a good one.
That was a good show.
Some of those parades are fantastic. So,
good friend Krista off Twitter, BrownsFan317, said, "Seeing things like the castle and Spaceship Earth are always fantastic, but the look from the kids are just priceless."
yeah, that's the truth.
You know what? Yeah, don't spend all your time looking at the attractions. You got to look at the people you're with, your kids, your spouses. See how they're enjoying the views.
That's a big deal. That is a big deal. Okay, so that's you guys. You guys have been fantastic.
You guys have been wonderful. Every time we do this, we get more and more responses. It's great.
Oh my gosh, these shows
You know what
are
this
going to be
is?
like 2 hours long.
This is a plot for them to make the shows longer than what they are. I see you guys working.
I see what's going on here. We're exhausted.
Oh my goodness.
So that's our listener wow factor. What's your wow factor, Tim?
Mine is, I had to think about this because, I could have said the castle or something like that, and which would be totally accurate. But there's a certain time of day that is my wow factor.
Uh-oh.
They got to stay with me.
Very specific.
Stay with me on this one.
All right.
Generally, it's a like a dark ride or an inside attraction, and it has to be twilight outside. Not the attractive pale people from the movie, but where it's still daylight outside, and when you go in, maybe you see something like Pirates of the Caribbean, a little bit of a wait, a longer ride, and then when you come out, it's totally dark, but everything's lit up for night.
The park's been completely transformed.
Transformed before my eyes. Well, not before my eyes because I was inside. But, it becomes night outside. It's like, and the park's totally different at night.
It is.
So it's just like you walk out to a whole new environment of wonderfulness.
That's very cool. I love that.
I think that's happened at Pirates of the Caribbean. I think maybe Hall of Presidents is a good one. You go in, you come out, it's totally dark.
Yeah.
So
Carousel of Progress would be a good one for that. Yeah. Yeah, you come out after, like you said, especially Tomorrowland, because it's all lit up.
Oh, all that neon, yes.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's a good one.
Thanks.
Boy, you are really specific.
Oh, I went to it. I worked on that one.
You dug in deep for that.
I had to carb up for that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty shallow. So it's
yeah, you are.
I didn't have to dig too deep. My wow factor, and I would go there every year if I could do it, is Christmas at Disney World.
Oh, yes.
And specifically, there's two real quick. The Osborne family lights over at the studios. I don't care how many times you go there, you're looking at all those lights, and you can't help but just say, "Wow, look at this! It is amazing." And then at the Magic Kingdom, when it's snowing on Main Street for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
Oh,
that is amazing. It is so cool.
I need to do that.
Yes, you do. And I'm going to keep rubbing this in until you go and take me to Ohana. That's all I'm saying.
They will allow me to make a reservation.
I know. I'm on a list somewhere. My gosh.
Oh, that is outstanding.
But that's all I got. Guys, thank you so much. This has been so much fun having you guys participate. And now we have other ways for you to participate and get in touch with us.
That's right. Not only can you find me on Twitter at ResortLoop.com or at the website ResortLoop.com, you can call the Looper line at 414
WDW
Loop LOOP.
That is too cool. And what about the email list?
Oh, get on our email list. Get on the Looper list as well. Just go to the website. It's off to the right-hand side there. It says newsletter.
You'll get all the information from us before it's released.
That's right. At some point.
Because, we're like Eric Snowden at this point. We're giving out information way ahead of time.
And once again, it's just for us. It's not being sold or anything like that. It's just...
No, we will not sell any list. We will not sell any information. That's between us and you guys, and we're going to keep it that way. So
Absolutely. Well, I told him where I'm at, Bob. Where are you at located?
I am Resort Loop Bob on the Twitter, and don't forget our Facebook page at /Resort Loop, which is going to have a new section. Check it out. Our buddy Dave Tupper from Hawaii.
I'm very excited by this.
He has been very good to us and sent us a lot of pictures and video and information, and we're going to start a little side section just for Dave Tupper on that, and Alani and Hawaii in general. So that's going to be kind of cool.
I love it.
And don't forget to rate us on iTunes.
Leave us a good review if you don't mind.
And where's that other place people listen to us from?
Let's see. What is that called? It's at the Stitcher.
Yay, the Stitcher.
Hey, thanks, Stitcher.
We got to call that guy because he's been nice to us.
He's been very nice.
Mr. Stitcher.
All right, once again, everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. You've been listening to ResortLoop.com, the gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.
She said everything they do involves the wow factor. We are currently staying at I was thinking Caribbean. What?
Caribbean
What?
Springs.
I don't even know where that hotel
Club.
is. And it's one of my favorites. Quick, let's grab some caffeine. CSR. Isn't there a band CSR? Oh, it's CCR.
That's TSO, Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
I thought that was in the VCR. Or the DVD. They're currently staying at the Caribbean.
Give it to me.
God, I hate abbreviations.
Give it to me. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no, I lost it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
All right. Do Long Island Mansions.